What is crack-a-lackin', y'all? It's Game Walkthroughs 22, back with another World Nintendo review, and today we are having a look at the fifth wave of 2.5-inch figures. And before we take a look at them, let's have a quick look at the packaging for one of them. So I'm just going to bring up a picture of just bring up a random picture of one of these figures. Let's see. Alright, there we go. Alright, so I brought up the packaging for 8-Bit Luigi. So as you can see, and I forgot to mention in my Wave 4 2.5-inch figures review that the packaging varies depending on which character it is. You guys probably pretty much know that the Mario figures have the red outline, the Pikmin figures have the light blue outline, the Zelda figures have the green outline, and then the Donkey Kong characters have the yellow outline, and so on. And as you can see with all the 8-bit figures, they have the same exact packaging. It's gray. I know my camera makes it look like a light blue color, but it's really gray. And as you can see, it looks pretty nice. So you've got a nice picture of 8-bit Luigi. And yeah, you got the World Nintendo logo, and then Series 1-5, which you guys can actually see because my camera decided to focus in on it, so that was good. And then yeah, the character's name, the figure displayed in the window box, and then for Mario and Luigi, you have the 30th anniversary Super Mario sticker. And then, yeah, from Super Mario Bros. And then the Jakks Pacific logo. And then on the back, it shows all the other figures in this wave that you can get. And unlike the previous waves, this is the first wave to have no repeats. All these figures are brand new. So that's nice. So this is by far the biggest wave, because we have a complete set of 8 figures. Well, the other waves, some of the other waves had 8 figures, but half of them were new and then half of them were just reprints. But unlike those previous waves, this wave is all brand new figures, or all brand new characters. So we're going to have a quick look at each of them one by one and just see how awesome these figures are. So we're going to be looking at the 8-bit figures first, because those are the ones that probably catch your eyes, probably catch your interest the most. So for the 8-bit figures, we have 8-bit Mario, 8-bit Luigi, 8-bit Link, and 8-bit Donkey Kong. So as you can see, Mario and Luigi, they're similar. There's really no difference between them except just a different color palette. I mean, with Mario, you've got a red hat and brown hair and brown shirt and brown shoes, and then red overalls. And then with Luigi, you have oh, and also brown eyes, or a brown eye. And then with Luigi, you have a brown eye, you have a white hat, green hair, a green, oh, and yeah, brown mustache as well. Yeah, green mustache, a green shirt, white overalls, and then green shoes. And with both of these figures, they are completely flat. So let me just, yeah, they are completely flat. And then as you can see on the back, they just have this black, I'm going to call it a black pad And then my camera will focus. Yeah, you have the just some information about where it was made and like some copyright stuff. And so, I mean, if you wanted to, you could make these magnets and hang them up on your fridge. That'd be kind of cool, but I just display them on my shelf. And unfortunately, there's no articulation with these guys, but I think it would be kind of difficult to articulate the head or the arms on these guys. I think just because of like maybe because of the pose that they're in. I'm not sure, but they're not articulated. They're just like they're kind of more like statues, but they're still pretty kick-ass, and I highly recommend them. And then 8-bit Link, looking pretty cool. Definitely looks like how Link looked in the first Legend of Zelda game. Got the shield with the cross and his boots and his green hat and his green tunic and his brown belt. And I'm still trying to figure. Okay, I'm pretty sure that this is Link's hand. I kept thinking that like Link was like holding up his sword, but then I realized that this is one of Link's ears. So these are his ears, and then yeah, there's his hand, and then oh, this is like part of Link's shirt. It's like his sleeve, and yeah, it's Link's hair, and then got the brown and green for his eyes, and then you have a little brown rectangle for his mouth. And on the back, same thing as Mario and Luigi, you got a black pad, which these really look like these could be magnets, but they're not. They are not magnetic, so don't try to stick them to a fridge because they won't stick unless you stick magnets on them. And then you can see the back of Link's shield, which is pretty cool. And yeah, he looks pretty awesome. And then with 8-bit Donkey Kong, he's definitely the biggest out of the 8. He looks pretty cool. He looks very pissed off, like how he did in the very first Donkey Kong game back in the early 80s. So you can see his facial expression. You can see he's pissed off, and the detail is very nice. Got brown for his face and his ears, and then you got brown for his chest or his man boobs, and for his hands and his feet, and then, or excuse me, light brown for his face and ears and chest and feet and hands, and then you got like a dark brown for his fur, and he looks very nice. And then yeah, there's the back of him again with the black pad. If I had a suggestion for Jax, I know they're going to be coming out with, they're going to be making more of these 8-bit figures in the next wave, which is just releasing. But I don't think they've actually hit stores yet, but I've seen a couple of them showing up on eBay, so I'm really excited for Wave 6. I would suggest Jax if they could add something else on the back besides just the instead of having the black pad, because it's just like kind of just dull and boring. If they could maybe try to copy maybe the one side of the figure onto the back, maybe have it like double-sided, or just like, or maybe just make it look like how they would look if they were like turned around. Like for Donkey Kong, they had like dark brown, just like all like if it was like all painted dark brown, that would work, because it would just be just seeing all dark brown, because Donkey Kong's back would be facing us, and then like I don't know, light green for the back of Link, and I don't know, like white and green for the back of Luigi. So I mean, I just think it would make the figures look more interesting to look at, and I mean, I think they would look a little more appealing instead of just looking at the black on their backs. I just think it looks kind of boring. It's a little bit disappointing, but other than that, these 8-bit figures, they just look amazing, and it's really nice to have these as figures. It's like they just like popped right out of the NES games, which is pretty cool. And now we're going to be looking at the 3D figures. So got Skull Kid, Shy Guy, Dixie Kong, and Yellow Pikmin. So with Skull Kid, he's pretty cool. I don't know too much about him. I know that, oh my god, I think he's the main villain in, oh my god, I want to say he's the main villain in Majora's Mask, but I'm probably wrong about that because I've never really played too much of Majora's Mask. I played the demo on Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition for the GameCube, and that was really about it. So, but he looks pretty freaking awesome. His head does go 360 degrees all the way around as we move his arm out of the way. And then, yeah, both of his arms move. They do not move too much, but there is some movement in his arms, and that's it. But detail looks very nice. Got the nice paint with the orange and green and purple going on. It looks pretty nice. There's not really much else I can say about Skull Kid, and he doesn't really have a hard time standing up, which is nice. And then Shy Guy, he is probably my favorite out of the 3D figures for this wave. So Shy Guy looks really nice. So with the red for his oh my god, I want to call this like a sweatshirt, or I don't know what this is, like a robe, or I don't know. And then the white for his mask, and then the painted black inside for supposedly his eye holes, and then his little mouth, and his brown belt with the gold belt buckle, and the blue on his feet, and then the light brown underneath his feet, and then the brown on his strap that he's able to keep his mask on. And the only articulation that he has is, oh yeah, I forgot that his waist, you can actually twist his waist 360 degrees. I don't recommend doing it too much because you might snap the figure in half, but it does twist, but it's very stiff. And then his arms twist as well, which kind of a pain in the ass to move because they are very stiff as well. And that is it. And Shy Guy looks fantastic. And yeah, I mean, he's kind of like a basic figure, but he's still pretty kick-ass in my opinion. And then Dixie Kong. Dixie Kong, she looks really nice. It's nice to finally have Dixie Kong to go with Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. And paint looks pretty good with the pink on her hat and on her shirt, and the yellow for her hair and her really long ponytail, and really big ponytail too, which kind of looks like a kind of in the shape of a giant ass banana. I mean, you guys have ever noticed that, but it kind of resembles a banana, which is kind of funny because these characters go ape shit for bananas. Ape shit because they're apes. But then she got green for her eyelids and her mouth, and then there's like this what color would it be? It's like light brown for her fur, and then like this tan color for her hands and her feet. And then articulation, her head does not go through 60 degrees because her ponytail gets in the way, but it does move from side to side. And then her arms can go up and back to their original position. So she's a nice figure as well. She's not a huge fan of her, but and it's still a nice figure to add to the collection. And then the yellow Pikmin. The yellow Pikmin is another one of my favorites in this wave, just because I really love the Pikmin. Just think they look so cool. They're really small, but I think they look really cool. So the yellow Pikmin, he, not really much I can say. He looks spot on. So got the yellow for his head, his body, his stubby little arms and his little feet, and then his long pointy ears, and then his stem, and then green for his leaf. And then he also comes with a little clear stand, but unlike the blue Pikmin, he actually fits into his fits on his stand a lot better than the blue Pikmin does. And unlike the blue Pikmin, he actually is able to balance on it a lot better. Where with the blue Pikmin, it felt like it was really loose, but he's able to snap onto it pretty well and able to balance pretty well. So that is it for the fifth wave of 2.5-inch figures. I just think that they all look amazing. I'm very, very, very impressed with this wave because the 8-bit figures, I think, are the highlight of this wave, especially if you grew up with the classic Mario and classic Zelda and classic Donkey Kong. Then you're probably going to get these figures and add them to your collection. And then the 3D figures look amazing as well. I'm very impressed with this wave, and this newest wave of figures, unlike Wave 4, they're a little bit easier to find. As of right now, I know that some Targets and Toys R Us carry them. So if you see any of them at Target or Toys R Us, definitely pick them up. They are like $3.99 or I think like $5.99 depending on if you get them at Target or Toys R Us. They're still pretty cheap. Yeah, these will make a nice addition to your collection, and I cannot wait to get my hands on the other 8-bit figures that are coming out, as well as the other 3D, all the future 3D figures, and I especially cannot wait for Wave 4 of the 4-inch figures, and the 5th wave and the 6th wave. Like, there's so much exciting stuff in stores for Jakks Pacific with the World Nintendo line. I just cannot wait. So that's really about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and most importantly subscribe, and I will catch you guys later.